Improvement in anything often comes down to a matter of improving habits. And that's true in genealogy. Better genealogy habits make for better research. And better research makes for more discoveries in our family history. In this video, I'm going to share with you my top 5 tips for improving your genealogy habits. One habit to get into is to reading the introduction to whatever source you're using, whether it's a book or a website. It's natural to want to just dive right in and start plugging in names into that database or turning that book to the index to see if you can find your ancestor. But when we do that, we're missing a lot of context. Anything you can do to better understand whatever source you're using is going to help you make better conclusions. It's also going to help you avoid a lot of frustration later on. If you're on a website, take a look for something like about this database or about this resource. For example, on Ancestry, when you're looking at a specific collection, if you scroll down the page a little bit, there's almost always a section that describes more about that database. You might see some things that are actually missing in that database. If it's a statewide collection, it might list counties that are missing or years that are missing. The same holds true for books. Don't just dive into the back in the index. Take a minute or two and read the introduction or the preface. It might explain some things that are missing from the book. The second genealogy research habit to get into is play around with your search terms. It's so easy to fall into a routine of doing a search the same way every time. But what happens if you change up how you're doing that search? Different search terms can actually give you different results. And I know sometimes that can feel frustrating, but I look at it as an opportunity. Sometimes it's possible to put too much into a search and you end up not finding the things that are actually there, the things that you're looking for. If I'm not finding what I'm looking for, I try to do that search again, but change the different elements in the search. Maybe I'll add a location or take a location away. Sometimes I'll add a date, change a date range. Sometimes I'll even remove names. If I'm researching a surname that sometimes has a space in it, say McBride, I'll try running that search again one time with a space and one time without a space. It's amazing how much of a difference that can make. The third genealogy research habit to get into, and this is a big one, and that is cite your sources. Are you still watching? Good. I know the phrase cite your sources can strike fear into the heart of a lot of us. Believe me, I understand it feels daunting at first, but the more that you cite your sources, the easier it becomes. Citing sources isn't just something for professional genealogists. It really is for everyone who is doing family history research. When you cite where you found something, it will help you later on retrace your steps, but it will also help you evaluate things when you have to resolve some things that are conflicting. If you don't know where you found something, but later on you find a record that disagrees with what you have in your genealogy software, if you don't know where that came from, you're not going to be able to evaluate which is correct and which isn't. One thing about citing sources, don't stress about where the commas go. Instead, focus on recording what it was that you actually used and be specific. Don't just say that you found something on Ancestry. Say what database you found it in. And be specific enough that you could find that record again if you had to. Genealogy research habit number 4, and that is asking a research question before you start researching. Rather than just sitting down and saying, well, I'm going to research my Everts family tonight, think about what it is you really want to find. Because there's a difference in asking, when and where did Philip Everts die, versus what is Catherine Everts' maiden name? Having that specific research question in mind will really help you focus on what it is that you're doing, what it is that you're looking for. I won't guarantee that you will completely stay out of the research rabbit holes, but I will say that asking a good research question when you get started really does help. That brings us up to genealogy research habit number 5, and that is get in the habit of writing more. We talk a lot about researching, but what about after the research? What do we do with it? I think one of the most overlooked aspects of genealogy research actually is the writing. It's easy to take all of our findings and plug it into our genealogy software. But if that's all we're doing with our research, I can almost guarantee you that that research will not outlive you. Think of it this way. Do your family members know how to use genealogy software? On the other hand, if we take those conclusions and write up a little bit and get it into a format that even a non-genealogist can understand, that can really help our research last for generations. Writing about your ancestors is not only a way to preserve your research, it can actually be part of the research process. There's something about sitting down and writing that helps you realize, oh, I don't really know the things that I thought I knew. I don't want you to be scared of the thought of writing. It doesn't have to be an entire book. You don't have to sit down and write the 450-page tome about your family history. It could be just a few paragraphs. Maybe you write something about your ancestor and his Civil War service. You could write a few paragraphs about how a piece of land actually passed through several generations of your family. There is so much to explore in family history. And in this video up here, I give even more tips on how you can trace your family tree. Also, I invite you to subscribe to the channel so that you can stay up to date with all of my genealogy research advice. Happy researching!